But today we're going back to a path that we hiked down a few weeks ago. We're going back to the Pirate's Path. We're going to go right out to the headland today. Slightly overcast, but not too cold. Light breeze. What a beautiful day. Slightly overcast, just enough that it's not too warm. Probably sitting around 10 degrees Celsius. We're planning on having our oil up today out on the point at Pirate's Path in Harbour Grace. I was out this way about 3 weeks ago. I said I was going to be back again with the 360 camera once I got some good weather and a bit of time. This is approximately a 3.6 kilometer one-way hike. First part of it is grassy fields, as you see here. Then we're going to get into trail going through the woods. And finally, we'll be going along by the top of the cliff as we get to the headland. Just about 10-15 minutes in the trail, come to the end of the grassy fields, and this is where there's a nice couple park benches and a overly large picnic table. Great spot for a lunch, or not too far in the trail is even a good spot to have a little barbecue if you had one. Really nice coming through the trail here. Very clean trail. No branches down in your face. Here's a little place where we had to boil up last time we were here. This little bench right on the side of the bank. Bit of a drop here. Over there you can see the little area where the bench was, where we had lunch last time. Oh, we're going up a bit of hill here now. This trail is following the shoreline, just coming away enough to keep you from the edge. Oh, a little bit of level. Nice. No, still uphill. Wrong on that one. Well, it's getting to that time of the year now where jeans are not going to be suitable for hikes. I took my sweater along with me today, just in case. It's out toward the end. There's no trees to shelter you from the wind. But right now I'm seriously doubting whether or not I'm going to use it. It's warm enough going through the woods here now. There's very little breeze in here. We're now 1.5 kilometers out the Pirates Path trail. It's a 3.6 kilometer trail. Oh, a place to sit down for a minute. Might even shed a layer here. And then there's stairs. Let's sit for a break. Oh, she's warm. Well, you saw back there how high we were when looking down over the cliffs. And now at this point, we have a long row of stairs to go up. That's a good indication that we're going to be well up there by the time we get to the end of the trail. All right, let's get on the move again. We're going to go with the coat off this time. And normally I'm not hiking with this type of shirt on because it really doesn't evaporate the water from my body very quickly. But in this case, I wore it today because my plan was to do a short 1 mile in and 1 mile out level trail. That trail, which we'll keep for another day, has a fantastic view where the picnic table is. We'll keep that for another time. Lots of stairs. Come on, you guys get up front. Just because you're on YouTube don't mean you're going to stay behind me all the time. A little bit leveler up here. I think we must be on the top of the hill now. It's a beautiful breeze too, especially with the coat off. Wow, this is nice. Trail just winds in and out, around, under, over. So nice. Looking up ahead, I see another little mile marker. So out of our 3.6 kilometer trail, we're at 2. So we're a little bit past halfway. This would be a good time for a break. Drop of water. Here we go. Wow. Bit of a look out here. Years ago, when I was fishing over this way with my brother. I remember coming in this harbor in the longliner, and I believe he referred to that rock out there as Devil's Rock. I guess it's probably been a bit devilish to all the boaters in the area. Several rocks there together, and I don't know what is underwater there, whether there's a few jagged shoals or not. Well, let's keep going. The trail seems to be opening up a little bit here now. And, much more breeze going through the woods. I think we're getting close to the point. And we are headed downhill again. Should be a nice day out there. We'll relax and get a cup of tea and a little snack. Trail's a little bit damp here, but not too bad. It's dried up over the past couple of days. There's enough rocks in the trail and roots in the trail to walk on. Now we're coming up on the junction where the Harbour Grace path, for Pirates Path, meets the other one from Bristol's Hope. Bristol's Hope is out that way. It looks like that one's used a little bit more by a few quads than that. We're going to continue out the path here to the point. Now here's a view. Well, that wind is coming off the water today, and it suddenly reminded me why I brought my sweater and my jacket. The North Atlantic is still cold this time of the year, and with the ice offshore, that's a cool breeze. This spot here is where I stopped last time, had a little lunch. Well, we're going to go a little bit further this time, out to the other point on the Bristol's Hope side. Looks like a pretty clean path going across there. Well, over the past few minutes, the wind has picked up, We're now feeling the bitter bite of that North Atlantic. Well, I was wondering earlier if the 3.6 kilometers was to the last bench or out here to this point, and I guess this answers my question. Looks like I have another 0.6 kilometers to go, 600 meters to get to the end of the trail. Here we are at yet another bench on the trail. And the trail continues. Just able to see into the cove there now of Bristol's Hope. And then in the distance, the larger harbour, that's Carbonear. Carbonear Island out there. And there's Harbour Grace Island. Of course, going in on this side, Harbour Grace Harbour. And on we go again. Had to haul on my jacket that time to break the wind a bit. Here's a drop. Nice little hidden beach down there though. Don't know if that's a trail going down there or not. Bit rugged as we get closer to the point. The path winds around the cliff. And it's enough to freeze the fingers off me. So we're going to have a little peek down over here and see a few lobster pots down there. At this point, we're gonna turn around and head back because there's no place up here where we're going to light up our stove or get a lunch today. We're gonna go off the path here a little bit now and get on another path, just so we can have a peek. We're going to head a little bit over toward Bristol's Hope, They have a beautiful beach over there. And I don't know if we can see it from that little turn in the trail up ahead, but we're going to see. Ooh, long way down there too. I've decided not to go back the way that I came. I'm going to continue out on the Bristol's Hope side. I want to get a peek at that nice big beach they have there. But this will take me right around the point. Unfortunately, I'll probably have to walk back the road a ways to get to Harbour Grace. But that's okay, because this is all new territory and I'm enjoying this. We'll get a lunch net at once, I hope. If we see a bench up here someplace that is not too windy, that's where we'll stop. The wind has picked up and blowing a bit of a gale now. Certainly not going to light the stove that way. I don't know if I want to light the stove today anyway. I might just have a drop of water. Trail burn, push on. Over on the other side of the harbour there, the old railway used to run along there. Used to go right toward the point, and then it would turn and go in on the Carboneer side of the point. That was how it avoided the hills as it worked its way down the coast. Grassy fields lead to what looks like the end of the road coming out from Bristol's Hope. I was hoping to find another trail that would take me back across to the other side of the peninsula so I could get back on the pirate's path that I came out on. Back road, return to Harbour Grace. Just what I've been hoping for. Well, it's nice that halfway back through Bristol's Hope, they have access to this trail that takes us back to the Harbour Grace side. I had pictured walking up the highway a couple kilometers. But at last, we're back in the woods. Nice. Looking up the trail and I see something black up there, some kind of structure. Can't say I know what it is. Actually starting to look more like a cluster of trees right in the shadows of the trail. It's amazing when you're in and out of the sunlight the way I am here now, how things can look so different. I would have sworn there was a shed or some kind of large vehicle parked off the side, but this cluster of trees here in the darkness is what I was seeing from way back there. Now, I believe, given the fact that there's a pink arrow there, I'm going to say that's part of the trail coming up from Quinn's Loop in Harbour Grace. We're going to do that one another time. I believe that one's mostly uphill across the top here and then back downhill. So I guess that would now put us on part of Quinn's Loop. Butler's Hill to Bristol's Hope. A little walkway down here. I think I may have crossed that the other day. Bit wet on this part of the trail. We are on the home stretch. The bottom of this hill, we're back to the beginning of the trail. Had to stop and take out battery number 3 for the camera. We're doing a lot of recording this morning and this afternoon. I'm not even sure what time it is. But at the bottom of this trail, I'm pretty sure there's a place where we're going to stop for a little break. Well, the end is in sight. I know I'm getting closer to the water because that little bit of breeze is starting to feel awful cold again. This time of the year we get the northerly wind. It brings the cold air in off the North Atlantic and off the icebergs and ice flow. Cools everything down here. That's why our June is often so foggy as it is. Here we are. Why don't those waves look beautiful there today? Rolling on the beach. Well, I'm going back up to that picnic table and I'm going to have myself a little drop of water and something with a bit of sugar in it. Don't just stand there. Come on up and join me. Here we go. Well, we got on the trail somewhere around noon. Now it's 5 minutes to 3 in the afternoon. So other than that little drop of water I had, I guess I'm a little bit hungry. I do have a few carrot sticks here. I'm going to have those. I'm not going to boil the kettle today because it's just too windy. Everything is too dry. There's too many fires on the go. Not worth the risk. Waves are rolling now. But it was a fine long walk today. A little bit achy because of it, but that'll only do me good. You take care of yourself. Stay safe. We'll see you later.